at all for the rest of the stream. But let's get started here. Like I said, new DLC was just downloaded. Where are we heading to next? We have a cup race at Kentucky. That's right, for the 43 car. I really do want to do well at this hot seat offer because I have a plan for next season. I have a plan, and the 43 car is in that plan. But it also kind of depends on what other five-star team offers I get. But the 42 car is in the plans. So um, let's just get things started here. We're heading off to Kentucky. And let's get started. So thank you guys so much for tuning in again. I really appreciate it. Sorry for the extremely early disconnect there. My internet, I got a lot going on my internet right now. So it's not surprising that it went down. But yeah, I do plan on making this a longer stream today since I haven't been doing as much content this week. And I have the time, so this will probably be a 3-hour stream at least. I'm just going to go until I get bored, which will probably be a while. So let's head off to Kentucky. I don't know what kind of qualifying effort we're going to be able to put in, but let's just find out. Now, Kentucky is not one of my favorite tracks. I will say that very confidently. Kentucky is not one of my favorite tracks. But let's see if we can do well here. Now, is this a DLC scheme, I'm wondering? I don't think this is Almirola's usual scheme. This looks like maybe a 4th of July scheme or something. I don't know. Because this doesn't look like his usual scheme. His usual scheme doesn't have like the red, white, and blue little thing going on the sides. So we might be already immersed into a DLC scheme. Which maybe that means we're going to have more DLC schemes in this race. Yeah, Kentucky, not one of my favorite tracks. Welcome, Gaming with Bacon. Mr. Hollow, thank you. Welcome. And thank you for the subscription. I can't remember. Did I put the subscription being my name screeched out by Justin, or did I make that the donation link? I can't quite remember. But yes, welcome. Welcome. Thank you for the subscription. I'm glad I caught that. I haven't been catching it as much recently. But welcome. We qualified 31st, so not last, which is progress. But what was it? Top 18 was the goal, but I believe we have a PRN intro to get out of the way.
This week, the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series is at Kentucky Speedway for the Quaker State 400 presented by Advance Auto Parts. This track is nestled in college basketball country, but these fans also love their racing. Now, last year, Brad Keselowski thought he ran out of fuel near the end of the race, but he had just enough left in the tank to hold off Carl Edwards. Will we see another fantastic finish here in the Bluegrass State? We're just moments away from the green flag.
Stay sharp. Green's coming. They're about to throw the green. Green flag. Green flag. Car up top. Car high. Cars on both sides. Load clear. Clear up top. Car high. Clear up top. Low. Low. Car inside.
I was muted. Sorry. I forgot I muted my mic for the intro. That's my bad. But yeah, I have a new donation goal down there. I was explaining it while none of you could hear me. $300 for the Nintendo Switch. So if you would like to contribute to me getting the Nintendo Switch and expanding my channel horizons, feel free to donate. Meanwhile, this is just a horrible first stage right here. I'm somewhat distracted, somewhat not distracted. But yes, if you donate, hopefully that link will work. My goal is to get it by the end of the year, so that's why it says 65 days to go. That's my goal, is to get it by the end of the year. So if any of you would like to contribute using the donation link that is in my description, Nightbot will also put it on the chat every now and then. But my stream looks good. I assume crashing, but do you mean me being bad at the video game, or do you mean crashing like your computer is crashing? Gaming with Bacon. Because the stream looks fine to me. I haven't had any issues yet.
Keep it right there.
Alright, well... Oh, I also have the new spotter. I have Alex Hayden as the spotter now. Alright, I'm gonna quick check something, make sure that this is still working. Yep, stream's working on my part, so if you're having any issues, that seems to be on your end. But yeah, this is a pretty terrible start to the race. I apologize for that. I was distracted by the donation goal thing, and then my mic wasn't working and all that stuff. So, alright, we're back on track now. Stage 1's obviously going to be a dud, but let's just try to get a good finish so we can start maybe on the inside in stage 2. Alright, I was crashing. I didn't know if you meant like the stream crashed or something like that, but alright. Oh, got Sadler a little squirrely there. I haven't had the leaderboard up this entire race. I apologize. Oh, I also got into Kennington. That actually might be a caution. And that's probably the end of the stage right there. Yep. I just need to relocate this on my screen here. But yeah, if you would like to contribute to the donation goal, feel free to donate. I'm just going to take that off the screen for right now. But you guys know that that is there, and I'll bring it up every now and then. Oh, don't pit. Sorry. I'll bring that up every now and then. Just so you guys know, if you would like to donate to the cause, any amount helps. And I really do want to get a Nintendo Switch, but at this point in time, I just don't have the funds for it. So, it'll be partly me trying to save every penny that I can right now, partly your donations that'll help me get that, so I can bring some new stuff to you guys. I really want to get away from being a NASCAR only channel. Don't get me wrong, I love playing NASCAR, but I really don't like limiting myself to just one thing. Oh crap. Caution, thank you. I'm going to have to pit to repair that damage. This is not going well. This is really not going well. I thought Jeffrey Earnhardt would keep going to the left. That's why I went high, and I was completely wrong. At least I'm not the only one that decided to pit. And it was some front runners who decided to pit with me. Is there some sort of strategy involved in this? I don't know. Well, maybe we'll definitely stay out at the end of the stage. And then maybe we can all make it on one more stop. Whereas the AI has to make it on 2 more stops? Is that what's going on here? Not really sure.
Car there.
But let's try to focus on being a little cleaner here. As I say that, I immediately get into Martin Truex Jr. We know we're not very fast, and I'm terrible at Kentucky. But I really do want to get this sponsorship objective because I have a goal here. And while I have multiple options as far as next season, But I do kind of have a sneaky idea when it comes to
Hold your line.
kind of a storyline that we could attach to our season here. And getting the 43 car would definitely assist in that storyline. Some of you might be able to predict what that is, but getting the 43 car would definitely assist in that storyline. Yeah, Zach, I really do want to get the Nintendo Switch.
Stay right there. Clear high.
Right now, I have at least 2 games I want to try, which is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. My friends John and Justin have been doing a playthrough of that, and I always make fun of them in their playthroughs, but they're always like, wait until you do it, wait till you do it. So I'm going to do it. Gaming with Bacon, I would much appreciate that. Okay, don't get into David Reagan, Aaron, save it. That's the grass. Alright. Crap. That's probably the end of the stage, and that means I'm probably going to have to pit because of damage. Yep, I have to pit for damage, which throws me out of the strategy that I was on. I'm gonna up this a little bit. But yeah, that kind of throws me out of the strategy I was on. Gaming with Bacon, I appreciate that. You don't have to, and if your parents are like, no, don't do it, then listen to your parents, but I obviously much appreciate it. Hulk Games, I don't know if that's a request. I do not do requests. This is career mode, but welcome to the stream, and Colton, welcome to the stream. Alright, let's try to be a little cleaner here. And remember, we have a goal that we have to try to achieve here, and I've been not achieving that goal at all. We actually might be good to the end here. DJ Kennington, really? I think we're going to be good to the end on fuel. Oh crap, that's engine damage now. 7% engine damage. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 tires, half a can of fuel, and repair. Well, that didn't really mean anything. I thought we might be able to save some spots, but I had to do that engine repair because otherwise we're never going to get up to 18th with a damaged engine. I do believe 18th was the goal. Sorry, Colton, didn't see it in time. But I had the engine damage, so that's why I pitted. I'm really glad I don't have the rivalry system going in the Cup Series right now because I would have pissed off the entire back half of the field by now. And those are people I'm going to have to race with next year. So I'm really glad that the rivalry system is not on in the hot seat phase. It's a little unrealistic, but for my personal preference, I appreciate that. Oh, that was about as close to the wall as you can get. That's a Kyle Larson. Okay, Trevor Bayne. That was cutting me off. Oh my gosh, Trevor Bayne. Really? And I have to pit for damage again. Let's just do all the stuff. This is terrible. This is going absolutely terrible right now. I do like the Alex Hayden spotter, though. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but I do like the new spotter. But this is just going absolutely horribly right now. I knew Kentucky would be bad, but I didn't think it would be this bad. Alright, Kennington tried to wreck himself. Yeah, I knew it would be bad because I'm terrible at Kentucky, and I personally just don't like Kentucky. But at this, I didn't think it would be this bad. We only got 4 laps to make it through half the field right now, so I don't think this, we're going to be making the objective here. If Joey Gase can right the ship, that would be much preferred. Thank you. But yeah, Bayne, he must have some. Oh yeah, we took his ride and then we finished the top 5 with his ride. I remember that. There's a huge combobulation of cars up there. I don't know what's going on, But we took Bane's ride and then we finished a top 5 with it or something at Martinsville or something. I remember that. But I don't know why he would want to dump me, because we're teammates as far as the Xfinity Series go. We have the same sponsors. I don't know why they would want to wreck me there. We're making our way up through the pack. We got 4 laps to go. And we got a huge congregation of cars here. I don't know why Timmy Hill's here. He must have... Timmy Hill's here? Jeffrey Earnhardt's here? They must have had some sort of strategy call there. Then again, I would have had a strategy call had I not gotten damage on that one caution. So, if I had not gotten damage, I would have stayed out and probably would have been in a good spot. So, we're 18th. I believe that's the goal. But I'm going to want to get up to top 15 just in case, if that's the goal. I believe it was top 18. Somebody in the chat, can you confirm what the goal was? But I believe it was top 18. So that's what I'm shooting for. But I'll get top 15 just in case. But yeah, there was just a bunch of slow cars, and they slowed everybody up. So that was lucky on our part that the running order kind of got shuffled there. Now, by myself, I'm really fast. This is also probably because I have fresher tires than everybody. But we're really fast when we're not stuck in a giant group of cars. Now, it looks like there might be another slow car up ahead. I might be holding this group up here. I'm not quite sure who it is.
1 lap to go. Give it all you got.
White flag is out, sponsored by Smithfield Foods. Oh yeah, Smithfield Foods is actually a sponsor for us, and a secondary sponsor for us in the Xfinity Series. I forgot. Alright, we're making a run on the outside. I would love to get a top 15 just in case, if that's the sponsorship objective. I think it's top 18, but I'm just going to try to get to 15 just in case. We're going to be 3 wide here, which is not where I want to be, but Newman's going to get the edge on us. So 16th it is. I really hope it was a top 18 goal. I hope you're right, Gaming with Bacon. I hope it is top 18. But we'll bring this up again now that we are out of the race. I'm going to turn that off when the race starts, but I'll leave that up. So, yep, our donation goal is the Nintendo Switch. $300. Anything that you guys can contribute helps. We're 37th in points, despite only running about half the races, which is fine. It was top 15. Dang it! Well, there goes the storyline that I was hoping. Crap. I tricked myself. Darn it. Well, that's frustrating. And to make it even better, we have to go to New Hampshire next. Great. Let's just remind ourselves who our rivals are. J.J. Yaley is officially mad at us, which is not good. And Ray Black Jr., William Byron, Cole Custer, Carl Long, Garrett Smithley, Daniel Suarez, Darrell Wallace Jr. are all level 4 pissed off. So we got some carefulness that we have to race with. I just want to check here, make sure that this is working. Alright, I don't know if the on-screen chat was working or not. I apologize for that. It looks like I'm going to have to refresh that every single time. But the on-screen chat's working now. And let's head off to New Hampshire. For those of you who haven't seen the most recent race that we did in the Xfinity Series in my episode this week, I was an idiot and we finished last at Kentucky, it must have been, for the Xfinity Series. So we need to kind of have a rebound race here. And to make it even better, the Toyota Meet Your Driver is J.J. Yaley. Excuse me, I had to cough there. And now to make it even worse, it's New Hampshire that's next, which is going to be absolutely fabulous. I love New Hampshire in the EA games. I have so much success at New Hampshire in the EA games. NASCAR 06, NASCAR 07, New Hampshire is almost a given win, automatic win for me. But in these 704 games and New Technics games, it was just terrible. And I hate it. I hate it. But I like New Hampshire in real life to an extent. Does it deserve a chase race? No. But I do like New Hampshire. It's a unique track, and I think it would be a good race outside of the chase. I think they did move New Hampshire outside the chase, right? They moved Richmond in. Is that something that sounds accurate? Because I know they moved Richmond in. They took Chicagoland out. So maybe New Hampshire's still there. I don't know. Come on. Yeah, I just don't know what I'm doing here. Which is not surprising, but... Hey, 20th, I'll take it. I'll take it. We'll get this off the screen for the race. I love that it's difficult and it's different, but it just frustrates me to no end. We got the patented 3-wide NASCAR heat starts here. I really do like the new spotter. I hope you guys can hear him. Alex Hayden, he is a MRN guy, I believe. He's one of the pit road guys for MRN. I really do like the new spotter. I can't hear him that much, and I don't usually pay attention to the spotter, but I really do like... Oh, Brendan Poole, I'm sorry. Did not mean to get into him there. I thought I had enough room to the inside, but he slowed up a little bit faster than I had anticipated. We need to get a good top 10 out of this race, I think. Especially after the 39th place finish that occurred last race. We definitely need to have a good finish here. Get the momentum going. Don't hit him, don't hit him. Alright, broken up. But I do see J.J. Yaley up ahead, so... This is our first true rival in the Xfinity Series, so we gotta be careful. But if we can run clean around him, then we can hopefully eventually have the rivals go down a little bit, because that was something that was in the patch. The rivals can simmer down a little bit if you race clean around them. But the problem with that is usually they try to get into you. So, and if there's contact of any sort, I think that kind of resets. So, if they get into you, I think it's will qualify as you getting into them, and then that kind of won't happen. I think that's what it is. I haven't raced enough under the new patch to know.
Hold your line. Car high.
So they are getting rid of the chase race there. Alright. 300 lap modified race. Wow, that seems like a long race for a modified series. But I'm sure that would be cool. 11th place in stage 1, so we missed out on stage points. I wasn't really paying attention. Go figure. That was only 4 laps, so we cannot make it to the end. We will not pit.
Stay sharp. Green's coming. Okay, be smart out there. Going green. Car outside. Green flag. Green flag.
But let's see what kind of progress we can make here.
Stay low. Keep it right there.
Let's try not to get into anybody, but we do anyway. Alright, yep, let's just hit everybody.
Low.
J.J. Yaley is up there, I think, so we still gotta get around him at some point here.
Car outside.
Or maybe not, maybe not. I might be mistaken Yaley and Eric Jones. 3 wide at New Hampshire usually isn't a good idea, and I'm kind of not happy I'm in that situation, so I'm going to back out of it here. Stick to the inside.
All clear.
But yeah, I think I got Yaley and Eric Jones mixed up, so I don't recall getting into J.J. Yaley, which is a good thing. Hopefully his rivalry will simmer down a little bit, but we'll have to wait and see.
Stay low. Still there.
Oh, carry too much speed off the corner. And that's damage, and that's the end of the stage. Hey, we got 13th place out of that, though. And I believe everybody's going to come down pit road. I am. I don't know about everybody else, but I sure am. I got to repair. So we'll do 4 tires. We'll loosen the car up a little bit. I'm the only one who pitted. I don't know what's going on here with the strategy. Because I was short, but I would be able to make it with the pit stop.
Let's go get it.
I had, what, 13 laps of fuel? Did it say how many laps are left in the race? 16. I don't... See that? I don't know. And J.J. Yaley's right there, too. So let's try to quickly get around him, which we do. I don't know what kind of crazy pit strat... Okay, that's 4 wide. I don't know what kind of crazy pit strategy the AI is on right now.
Hold your line. Hold your line.
But we'll find out. What they said they fixed, you know, stage strategy, which they did. There was a lot of, you know, weird stage racing strategy going on at times, but it almost feels like they gave the AI like an extra gallon in the fuel tank, because they seem like they have a lot more fuel than I do. And I'm a 5-star team, so I shouldn't be handicapped in that regard. At least in this series.
Top is clear. Okay, that's the halfway mark.
But let's see how far we can make it up again. I don't know what the AI pit strategy is. I really have no clue. To the best of my knowledge, they're going to have to pit under green. But the last time I thought that, they all made it to the end on what was an unreasonably long green flag run. So I don't know what exactly the AI strategy is, but we're just going to keep it clean, let it run out under green, so that we can, if they do have to pit, we can maximize the effect by hopefully lapping a good amount of cars.
Clear all around.
There's our teammate Bubba Wallace, who's only one stage away from being pissed off. Level 5 pissed. What is going on with Bubba Wallace's?
Stay on the bottom. Still there.
Did you guys just see that Bubba Wallace's position thing? It went from like 16 to last in a matter of seconds. Anybody else see that? I'm gonna have to watch that back, because I swear that was really weird. That was really weird. But welcome to all of you who are watching on YouTube and Twitch. Again, I'm trying to build up the Twitch fan base a little bit. We're starting from scratch over there, so if you do have a Twitch account, I would much appreciate if you go over there and leave a follow, maybe participate in the chat, stuff like that. Every viewer interaction definitely helps me out a lot on Twitch. We are starting from 0 on Twitch, so we gotta build it up again. And I don't have the NASCAR Heat 2 arriving early thing to help boost my subscriber count over there. So
10 laps to go. Hold your line.
10 laps to go. Again, I have no idea what the AI fuel strategy is. There's no way that they should be able to make it, in my opinion,
Still there.
at all. Yeah, Gaming with Bacon, you saw it? Yeah, that was weird.
Hold your line.
That was weird.
Top is clear.
I really like the new spotter. I know I've said that like 5 times already, but I really like the new spotter, Alex Hayden. Alright, we're definitely moving through the pack here, but again, I've said this about 7 times. I have no clue what the AI pit strategy is. They should not be able to make it all the way. But like I said, I have a sneaky suspicion that when they said they fixed the AI pit strategy on stages, they basically mean that they gave them an extra large fuel tank so that they never have to pit. That's my hunch right now. That's my hunch. Because they should have to pit, but nobody's pitting. Oh, sorry, Harrison Rhodes. He's probably going to be mad at me now. I've stayed mostly clean in this race, especially compared to Kentucky. But I've stayed mostly clean. But I do need to get a top 10 out of this. I really do. I prefer higher, but we know that New Hampshire is one of our not so good tracks, so top 10 would be good. Good in my book.
Hold your line.
Okay, drove it in a little too deep there. Yep, definitely drove that in too deep.
Hold your line.
Alright, let's get Custer. There's a bit of a gap to all guys, so again, I don't know if we'll be able to get up there without... No. Oh, people are pitting. Okay, let's just confirm that we have enough fuel.
5 laps to go.
Oh yeah, we definitely have enough fuel, so let's just be clean, not cause a caution. That's the goal right now, clean and not cause a caution. And we should be able to win this race. Assuming that the game doesn't throw out a caution, because it does seem like after the patch, the game is allergic to pit strategy again. But, yeah, people are pitting. Well, at least some people pitted that time by. Oh, yep, there's some more in. So we're up to 4th. It's Custer, Gone, and Allgaier, I believe. Are the only 3 left out here on the lead lap. So again, goal is to race clean, lap as many cars as possible. Hope that the caution doesn't come out, all that stuff. So just let everything cycle through.
Car ahead is pitting.
Looks like Brendan Gaughan came in that time, so Allgaier and Custer are still hanging out here. And a few people behind us. Yeah, Matt Tifft is still out. Casey Kang's still out. But right now, goal is lap as many cars as possible, just in case if a caution does come out. Welcome, Daniel. Welcome to the stream. Yep, Bubba to the 43. I'm very happy for him. Again, I don't know exactly what the sponsorship situation is there. But I'm very happy for him. There goes Custer and Allgaier, so we're going to inherit the lead.
2 to go.
2 laps to go. So we got to just stay clean, lap as many cars as possible. That's the goal right now. Harvick is the only other person who stayed out with me here, so. And Joey Gase. And Stephen Light. And Ryan Reed. So those are the 5 people who are still out. Again, I'm pretty sure that they're going to have to pit. I can feel my tires absolutely shredded. Yeah, my right front tire is definitely not where it used to be. White flag is out, sponsored by Advocare. That is the wall. We're making this harder on ourselves, but it looks like What? Game. That was the white flag. Game. Frick you, game. God. Well, now we actually have some competition here.
Ready, steady. The race is going green. Car
2 to go again. Frick you, game. White flag was out. Race should be over. Well, now we're probably not going to win this race because I just don't have the speed of everybody else, and everybody else has fresh tires.
Alright.
Frick you, game.
Low. Clear low. One more
What's
lap
my
to go.
thoughts? I think it's well deserved. Again, I'm kind of confused on what the sponsorship and the manufacturer situation is because they did not announce any sponsorship with Bubba. So I don't know exactly what that situation is. I'm very happy for him. I think it's a huge step for NASCAR getting some more diversity. We've gotten our first Mexican driver. Now we got another African American driver. We are losing our only female driver, so that's something that we kind of need to make up. But I'm really happy for the diversity. But the game screwed us over, and we finished second by throwing a caution after the white flag and forcing us to restart again. So frick you, game. Frick you. Alright, we just dropped a ton of frames there. I apologize. I think we're back on track, but we just dropped a ton of frames. But I think we're fine now. Yeah, that was actually a very big frame rate loss there. I don't know what happened. But yeah, I think we're all good now. Apologize for that. But yeah, I don't know what happened there. But we finished second. We're still sixth in the points, but again, we have the most playoff points, so that's what matters right now. Alright, bye Gaming with Bacon. Thanks for hanging out with us here. I know it's not choking. It's the game choking it for us, basically. But yeah, that was unfortunate. Alright, but we got Indianapolis next. Alright, that should be a good race for us. Why does Hamrick and Tiff do bad at this game? It does, I don't know, it does seem like they have improved both of those guys after the patch. It does seem like both of those guys are running up front more. At least I noticed that in the video I recorded earlier this week. Now, Majeski, he's never done super well in the Xfinity Series, so I understand that. He's kind of a last-minute guy in the game, and he's only raced a couple races, and he hasn't done super well. So I can understand Ty Majeski, but Hamrick and Tift, I do believe they've improved the AI there. Let's just check to see if anybody else is super mad at us now. Nope, just Daly. But Timmy Hill is now level 4. So we definitely need to be careful around these guys. But yeah, it was so weird. I was like watching my stream slowly die, and it was very painful to watch. But yeah, sorry about the lag and the buffer, but let's head off to Indianapolis. This is the first time we've raced Indianapolis in this game, so this will be exciting. Oh, gotta put up the donation goal again, just to remind everybody, even though it's still at 0, and it will probably stay at 0 for a while. But it's just there to remind everybody, if you do want to be so kind and help me get a Nintendo Switch so we can expand the channel, expand the horizons past NASCAR a little bit, we can have some fun with that. But yeah, I'm excited to go to Indianapolis. This is the first time I've done Indianapolis in this game, I believe. So this is going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to it. Who do I think will win Rookie of the Year, this year or next year? This year, Eric Jones. But next year, it's what? It's William Byron versus Bubba Wallace. That It'll be Byron because he's in a better car. But if Wallace was in equal equipment, I think it would be close. But it'll be Byron because he's in a Hendrick car. But let's head off and qualify. Yeah, I have no idea what this is going to be like because I, like I said, I haven't won or run in a race at Indy yet. At least not in career mode. I might have done a quick race of it. But I certainly have not done race in career mode at Indy, from my recollection. I might have, but I don't recall. Yeah, 2018 it'll definitely be Byron. If Bubba had an equal level car, I definitely think he would have a shot at it, but I think it's going to be Byron easily. Now, if some other people enter the pack, like Daniel Hemrick or Brendan Poole, then it might be a little more competitive, but I still think Byron's going to have the upper hand. But I don't know where this was first originated from, but I've heard a rumor about Brendan Poole moving the Cup. I don't believe that because, again, I haven't seen anything about that. But what also confuses me is Daniel Hemrick, he was testing for RCR. The last couple times RCR has done a test. So I think Hemrick might move up to the Cup Series at some point. Maybe into a 27 ride next year. I think he's ready for it, honestly. He's done an excellent job in the Xfinity Series this year. Brandon Butler, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. But let's see where we qualify. 21st. I'll take it. Middle of the pack. Yep. Again, I don't know what. The 27's up in the air still. The 10 car is still up in the air. So, yeah, I don't know what the deal is there. I was just throwing things out there. But let's head off to the race. I'll take this off the screen again. And we will head off to the race at Indy. Now, I'm interested to see how the handling of the cars is. Because remember, they changed the Xfinity Series setup so that they have to rely a lot more on drafting now.
Easy. Hold your line. All right. Clear down low.
I apologize if you guys heard some background noise there.
All right. Car inside. Clear low.
Joey Gay's still technically a rookie. I think he's run enough races to at this point.
Car low.
Okay, 3 wide at IndyCar is definitely not a good idea. Did I say 3 wide at IndyCar? 3 wide at Indy is not a good idea. 3 wide at the IndyCar is not a good idea either, just for the record. But
Clear low.
alright, kind of had to squeeze my way through there.
Low. Low.
I mix up my words a lot.
Car low.
Yeah, these are short stages at Indy. That's Indy and then the road courses and stuff like that. Short stages. I'm not running too hot right now. I'm definitely being a little over aggressive. Not having to brake a lot more than I should in the corners. Definitely gonna make some adjustments at the end of the stage. Got some game lag there. That was a little strange. Gonna get past Kane.
Yellow flag. Easy.
Nope. Alright, what's the pit strategy gonna look like here? We're gonna pit. We're gonna pit. Tape up the car, loosen the car up. I think we can make it. I think that's a possibility, Daniel. Almirola in the 34 or the 38, depending on what happens with David Reagan. But it looked like for a long time that Almirola would go to the 10 car because, you know, Smithfield was moving there. Everything just seemed to align. It was Ford, all that stuff. But the fact that they haven't announced that partnership yet kind of leads me to believe that he's not going to go there. The fact that they haven't announced anything at all as far as the 10 car leads me to believe that they might be shutting that 10 car down. 35 car. Well, Front Row does have 3 charters next year, that's right. Because they sold one of their charters. I just spun somebody out, don't even remember who it was. But we're trying to make it to the end here.
Hold your line.
What do I think about 20 car not making it to the round of 8? Welcome back, by the way.
Clear up top.
Basically what my opinion on it is they broke the rules. The rules were clearly laid out. The crew chief should know that by now. You can only have 6 men over the wall, and the 7th man it can be over the wall if he's only servicing the driver. So like taking a windshield tear off or giving the driver a water bottle or stuff like that. Can't work on the car.
Steady.
But it was very clear that 7 men went over the wall and 7 men worked on the car. So while I was upset for Kenseth, it was very clear to me that they broke the rules. So I was upset for Kenseth. I thought Kenseth had a real shot at it, making it in, but it was very clear that he broke the rules. So that is my opinion on it. Now the 42 car, that's just bad luck. That's just absolutely terrible luck for Kyle Larson. I feel bad for that. Well, let's see. Yeah, like I said, I think 10 cars closing. I think Stewart-Haas needs to focus on sponsorship for the other 3 cars right now. Assuming that Kurt Busch comes back. If Kurt Busch doesn't come back, then there's definitely going to be somebody new there. Maybe Custer, I don't know. But I'm not pitting here because I have enough fuel.
Stay sharp. Green
But
coming.
yeah, I feel so bad for Kyle Larson.
Green, baby. Let's go get it. Car high.
Yeah, Smithfield, but you have to realize, Harvick, he's fine. But Kurt Busch, he has Monster, who only sponsored it for about half the races this year.
Car high.
The other half was sponsored by Gene Haas's company, Haas Automations.
Cars on both sides.
Same thing for Clint Boyer. More than half of the races was sponsored by Haas Automations for Clint Boyer. So, I think most of the Smithfield stuff will go towards Boyer, but that still leaves, you know, half of the season open if Monster Energy even returns to the 41 car. So I think they'll split up the sponsorship there, but mainly Smithfield will go to Boyer is my projection right now. Because Gene Haas, he's filled up the sponsorship, and I don't think he wants to do that for as many races as he has already. And again, I don't know what the Monster Energy situation is. If they're going to continue sponsoring the sport next year and sponsor Kurt Busch as well. So that's my prediction. I've said all along that I think the 10 car is going to shut down. Because A, I knew Danica wasn't going to make it another year, and B, my prediction video was out before Smithfield announced that, but I still think they're going to close it down. Now my opinion has been changed on this since I made the predictions video earlier this year. I think Custer is more ready than we thought he was, but I just still don't think he's ready. I think he can use another year. And alright, Harrison Rhodes, that was a little dirty there. I still think he could use one more year. And the thing with Cole Custer is he's being sponsored in the Xfinity Series by Haas Automations, or Haas CNC for the majority. So he hasn't even brought in much of a sponsorship outside of the owner's company. So I don't think they would sign McDowell. He hasn't shown much. Um, but then again, he hasn't really been in a top tier car. So I don't know. I don't think McDowell would be a good idea, I think, for Front Row Motorsports to fill Castle's ride. Landon Castle, kind of similar situation. He's never really had a top ride, and he's never really done anything outstanding with the mid-level rides. Like people like McDowell, they've pulled off top tens. Matt DiBenedetto's pulled off numerous top tens for BK Racing and Go Fast Racing. So um, McDowell, I think, would have more chance of getting a ride than Castle. Problem with Landon Castle is his sponsorship Loves is probably going to stay with Front Row. McDowell, kind of same thing. K-Love is probably going to stay with Casey Kane. And Almirola, I think he has the best shot of any of getting that 10 car, but again, it seems like, especially since they announced so long ago that Smithfield was going to Stuart Haas, I feel like if they were going to connect the dots there, they would have done so already. So I think there's something that's either delaying that or it's just not going to happen. But this is actually turning into a pretty competitive race, thanks to the pit strategy call that I made. But I think McDowell would be a good option to go to Front Row, because McDowell has been with low-funded teams for a long time, and medium-funded teams, kind of going back to Michael Waltrip racing days with him. There's a lot of game lag here, I've noticed. Here at Indy, I haven't had many issues.
Almost there. 2 left.
But I think McDowell would be an excellent idea going to Front Row. I spun Ty Dillon out there, not really too upset about it. Harrison Rhodes, got a good run. I think his AI could probably be died down a little bit. But I think McDowell would have an excellent chance of going to a 34. I think he and David Reagan would work well together. They're both experienced guys who have worked with low-funded teams, and I think that they can really help bring the low-funded teams up a little bit, especially Front Row. Besides restricted plate tracks, Front Row has been terrible. But like Levine Family Racing with McDowell, they've gotten top 10. That they got Homestead last year. They've got top 10s of short tracks. But White Flag is out, sponsored by Smithfield. Going along with our conversation.
Clear low.
Yeah, they have lots of options, but there's a lot going into fielding a 4-car team, and I just don't think Stuart Haas, as shown by Danica's car, Danica, I feel like she could have done better based on driving skills, but I also feel like they could have done better with the cars. They really just kind of dumped crap on her cars, it seems like. But there's a lot going in. It's got to be sponsorship. Again, I'm concerned about Gene Haas sponsoring too many of races with his own car. So that's my reasoning behind not having the 10 car in operation next year. Alright, let's see if I can get a run. Got a run. Is it enough though? It is for a 3rd place finish. 3rd place finish. Actually, no. They announced Custer's going to be back in the 00 next year. When they announced Stuart Haas was combining with Benjamin Bestie Racing, they announced that he's going to be back in the 00 car next year. Didn't they? I'm pretty sure they did. I might be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure they announced that. But I think if the 10 car is going to be back next year, it would be Custer or Almirola. Those are my only 2 options for those cars. I don't think Stuart Haas would take a chance on some of those lower guys. But hey, a 3rd place finish after all that, I'll take it. I definitely didn't have a winning car. Definitely didn't have a winning car there, but I'll take a 3rd place finish. And what do we got next on the agenda here? Iowa. All right. Let's just check out the rivals again. So far, we've been able to keep Yaley the only guy who's super pissed off with us. Let's just double check this. Elliott Sadler's starting to rack up the playoff points now, so we should probably be a little concerned. No, not that button. That button. We should probably be a little concerned with Sadler racking up some playoff points, but let's see. Think Kendrick has too many young drivers? Well, Elliott has, 3 years of experience now, and they still got Jimmy Johnson, and all their crew chiefs are experienced enough. Alex Bowman, he's done a full-time season already in a lower car, and he did well filling in for Junior. I don't think Hendrick's going to have any issue. Alright, what did it say? Alright. Well, welcome back, Zach. You probably won't hear that for a half hour, but welcome back. Yaley's the only rival, yep. Larson has the most talent of the young drivers. I agree with that. I think Alex Bowman will do as good as Dale Earnhardt is doing right now, in my opinion. Maybe a little better, but I think the focus is going to be on Byron, Elliott, and Johnson. I think Bowman's going to get the short end of the stick. I think he'll do just about as good as Dale Earnhardt Jr. has been doing, in my opinion. But let's head off to Iowa. No, I do not, Daniel. I do not.
Go.
Blaney, I think him going to Penske next year is going to improve his chances. Him actually being in a Penske car, I think Blaney's going to be competing with Larson and Elliott on a more consistent basis. Blaney's been kind of hit and miss, but he's been very good in the chase so far. Okay, I hate Iowa. Just to put that out there. Correction, I love watching Iowa, but I hate racing Iowa. Your bird is eating the chair that you're sitting in. Okay.
Okay, where'd that put us?
Now, if I had a bird, I don't know. If I had a bird, I don't know if I would let it roam around the house. I think I would keep it in a cage, in my opinion. I don't know. Now, Bowman, he did really good at Phoenix, and when you're taking over for somebody, there's going to be a transition period. And the last race he ran was at Phoenix, and he did really well. So I think Bowman's going to be okay. I don't think he's going to do great, but I think he'll be just as good as Dale Jr. right now, which is middle of the pack right now. We'll see. Do you think any non-playoff driver will win as of now? Like, outside of the top 8 right now, I do think Kyle Larson will probably win a race. Especially if he'll do well at Homestead. He always does. Kenseth, I would not be surprised him being a little more aggressive to get a win. But I do not have a bird, but I was just saying. Yeah, I definitely think, especially with the last batch of eliminators, drivers who were eliminated, I definitely think Larson and Kenseth could compete for a win. He did only have one good race, but when you compare Dale Earnhardt Jr., the only good races he ever does is, oh yep, Yaley's mad, forgot. The only good races Dale Earnhardt Jr. ever has is at restrictor plates. So I think Bowman's going to do just as good, if not slightly better. He's not going to wow anybody by winning championships or maybe not even making the chase, but I think he'll have some decent finishes. I think so. was this like Iowa here or Martinsville this weekend? But they were talking about Martinsville being under the lights for the Truck Series next year. Um, maybe for the Cup Series in the future as well. Yeah, I know. At this point, everybody's just the same to me.
You're all clear.
I hate Iowa, so I just
Car underneath.
I hate racing Iowa. I always have to clarify that. I hate racing at these tracks. Do I think Junior is overrated?
Clear off.
Um,
Clear high.
he deserves what he's gotten. He deserves the amount of fans he's gotten. A, because of his dad, we know that, and the family name. But B, earlier in his career, he did really well. I remember I was watching a YouTube video of somebody. It must have been like
Excellent flat.
a couple years ago. If there hadn't been a chase system, Junior would have won a championship. But I think Junior has earned the reputation he has. Um, But obviously, these last couple years, especially with the concussion last year and the kind of aftermath of that, I guess, he's been overwhelmed with final season stuff and all that stuff. I think he's earned the reputation he has. I mean, he's won like 30 races or something. But earlier in his career, he was definitely a lot better when he was racing the 8 car, and then his first couple years at Hendrick. But once the injury happened, he definitely did not do as well. Well, let's see. Oh, I love the state of Iowa. I actually have family who live in Iowa. Um, but this track, I'm just not a huge fan of. Yep, I knew I would drop down. I probably should have only taken 2 tires. But I have family who live in Iowa, but I hate racing the track here in this game. It's not one of my favorites. I love watching Iowa. I think it's an excellent track to have an Xfinity standalone weekend at. But I just don't personally like racing the tracks. Oh, car long. I live in Michigan. I'm in the state. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to give any more specifics than that. I live in Michigan, though. My bird bit me again. Well, that's what you get with having birds. I can't imagine it would be easy to train a bird. Alright, here's Yaley. Let's try to get around him quickly. We made slight contact with him earlier in the race, but I think that was more his fault than mine. So maybe we can actually get him to die down his rivalry a little bit. I've actually had quite a wide range of pets. I've had 2 cats for most of my life. They both have passed now, but I had 2 cats for most of my life. I did have guinea pigs when I was younger. I had 2 guinea pigs, and then they had babies. That's a long story, but they had babies. And then we had a fish tank for a long time. So I've actually had a decent range of pets. I've always wanted a dog. I've always wanted a dog, but it's too much work for the limited amount of time that I have right now, being in college and all. Alright, let's see what else. Do you play NASCAR Manager? Well, that's the mobile game, isn't it? I had played it. I don't play it anymore, but I do remember playing it. But I do want a dog someday. But it's just not reasonable for me to have it right now. But I do someday want to have a dog. Alright, so this is the last lap of stage 2. Yeah, I go to college. I am enrolled in college as of now.
Car
Um,
underneath. Caution, caution, caution. Watch for debris.
so I'm mad at Eric Jones for wrecking half the field. Yeah, it was an unfortunate event. That's safe to say. And of course, somebody pitted, so I'm gonna have to start on the outside now.
Stay
Great,
sharp.
that was the
Green
whole
coming.
reason
Nice
I
move,
wanted to
Daniel.
stay in 20,
Green
23rd.
flag.
But
Car underneath.
well, I would certainly hope my dog would be happy if I get one.
Low, low.
Not gonna give out specifics, Daniel. I prefer not to give out too many specifics. But really, once you're in college, you kind of don't have a grade number per se. Because everybody in college is at such a different point in their path,
Clear up top.
in their major, so you don't really have a grade level once you're in college.
Clear low.
A happy bird. I don't intend on getting a bird anytime soon.
Hold high. Stay right there.
I don't really have a desire to get a bird. I don't know how else to say that. It's just never something that crossed my mind. I do want to get fish again. I loved having a fish tank. When I have my own place, I really do want to have a fish tank. I really enjoyed having a fish tank. It adds a different flavor to the house.
Clear high. Low's clear.
But I overdrove that corner a little bit. Man, this is just a bad stretch of races for us. We had Indy, which went well, but Kentucky, Iowa, those are just bad tracks for us. We know what tracks we're good at. I don't think I've ever seen a happy fish. Can't really distinguish emotions on a fish very well. Yes, I did go to MIS once. It was when I was younger. So, I have not gone there recently.
Underneath.
Alright, bye Colton. Thanks for hanging out with us. I have gone to MIS though.
Clear up top. 10 to go.
And I probably will go there again someday.
Low's clear.
Don't know what kind of Kyle Larson line I was running there.
Car high. Car low.
Oh, alright. Joey Gase. Guess you wanted to be a little aggressive there.
All clear.
Yeah, Daniel, I guess not. Your bird is definitely... Okay, Hemrick, what was that? That was not me.
All clear.
And you're going to pay severely for it. Oh, I don't remember what year it was. I think... Oh my gosh, I can't even... I have no idea what year it was. I do remember it was a Roush car winning. It was either Matt Kenseth or Greg Biffle. Because that was the age at MIS where it was all Roush, all Fords all the time, winning that track. I can't remember who it was. It was either Kenseth or Biffle. But I just don't remember. Anyway, we've made it up to 13th, which is actually quite impressive considering I've just been complaining this entire time. And I've been kind of wrecking my way through the field. We still got 6 laps to go. I feel like that's not far back enough. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like it was 2005, 2006. 2007, around there. I don't remember.
Low.
Definitely wasn't that recent.
5 laps to go. Clear up top.
Alright, well, Ty Dillon's getting a little squirrely here. Kind of and Pat to Blake Cook. Now, a top 10 I think is going to be very good for us considering where we've been in this race, starting 31st and then having to go to the back because of pit strategy. No, I have a bird bath in my backyard. We usually have a decent variety of birds who hang around. My backyard's kind of become a bird feeding zone because we really haven't maintained my backyard very well. So birds often like to pick stuff out of the ground in my backyard.
Stay right there. Clear low.
But we definitely have a decent variety of birds during the springtime and the summertime. But obviously now with fall and things starting to get a lot colder, not many birds around, not much of a variety. Definitely still a few stubborn birds who don't like to leave, but
Stay high. Keep it right there. 2 to go. Clear hard.
again, Daniel, not going to get too specific with things. I really don't like being too specific about things for identity purposes, so that's not a question I'm going to answer. This is a long race, I've noticed. This is a long race. White flag is out, sponsored by Love's Travel Stops. That's somewhere on the car, I believe.
Stay on
Doesn't look
top.
like
Still
the
there.
top 10's going to be in order unless if those two wreck, which they almost did.
Hold your
I
line.
would like to get around Gase, but oh, here comes Allgaier too. Okay, this is a 3 wide. I think we got the spot on Gase. Remember, we're trying to use our own sponsors. Trying to be a person who has sponsors, which we do. So I'm trying to use our own sponsors for the 1 lap to go sponsor. But yeah, we got Joey Gase by 8/1000ths of a second. Wow. Ryan Sieg and Brennan Poole have a bad day. Cole Custer won. Good for him. That might be his first win of the season. So good for him. We're still 6th in points, and that's probably where we're going to stay. We're actually pretty close to getting passed by Ryan Reed. We've just had an up and down season. We know we're good at mile and a half, but we're terrible at short tracks. But let's see what we got going on next here. I think it's about time for us to get another cup offer. It's been a couple weeks. And as I say that, we do, and it's going to be at Watkins Glen. Alright, okay. Watkins Glen I can handle. I can handle Watkins Glen. Yeah, Daniel, you're right. What was it? It was. Yeah, actually, that's right, because what was it? Larson, in my Chase predictions video, it was Larson. He won at Richmond, right? And he got 5 bonus points from Richmond, and that put him in the round of 8. Because you were right. I was going to have him eliminated. So you're right about that. I forgot about that. You're right. But anyway, let's head off to Watkins Glen, and I'll continue talking about that. But I did put him through, and because he had a much better record at 3 tracks in this round, I also had him going through the Final 4. Everybody in my family, we fill out a chase bracket. My chase bracket's okay. My mom's chase bracket's actually the best right now, but my dad had Kyle Larson winning the whole thing, so his bracket's definitely screwed. But you're right, I did have Kyle Larson getting eliminated after the round of 12 originally, before he won at Richmond, because he got 5 bonus points at Richmond, and using my formula, that pushed him above the cutoff in my formula. So you're right about that, Daniel. Alright, let's qualify. Watkins Glen. I think I can do well at Watkins Glen. I'm much more familiar with Watkins Glen than Mid-Ohio or Road America. By the way, if you guys haven't checked out my latest ATF highlights video, I made one that went out yesterday. Highly recommend that. I really enjoy putting those together. The last one actually ended up a lot longer than I had anticipated, but we had the never-ending race, which ended up being like 12 minutes long on my video, even though I tried to cut out as much as I possibly could, which is pretty sad. But yeah, you guys should definitely check that out. I enjoy making those videos. It's nice to look back on, especially in that video, because I did some highlights from way back when I first started the channel. So it was kind of nice to look back and take a look at those. So I highly recommend you check those out. I should be ashamed for what, Daniel? For almost having Kyle Larson out in the round of 12? I would have been right. I would have been right had he not won at Richmond. Who did I pick last year? Oh my gosh, I can't remember who I picked last year. I might have picked Keselowski last year. Or Harvick. But last year I didn't put a formula to it. I just kind of used my head. And of course this year I put a formula to it and I got Harvick. So I'm still in the good as far as my champion. And Harvick has done a lot better this season in the chase than he has all season. So I definitely think Harvick's a reasonable chance to get to the Final Four if he does well. And of course he has Phoenix to rely on, and he's always good at Phoenix. I didn't do much predicting as far as the Xfinity and the Truck Series. Didn't really have time. I thought about making a prediction video for those series, but I just didn't have the time to put it together. This feels like a good qualifying lap. Again, I'm a lot more comfortable at Watkins Glen than I am at any of the other road courses. So this feels like a good qualifying lap, but I'm sure it's going to be 21st. I'll take it. I'll take it. That's middle of the pack. We're going to start on the inside, but I don't know what qualifies as the inside in this race. Well, Kansas, I think, it was reasonable to think that he might be out by this point because of him not having a win this season, but Blaney is definitely a surprise to get this far, but it definitely wasn't out of the realm of possibility. He's done well this season. And Elliott, I think Elliott would have been in the final 8. I don't think he would have had any troubles getting in the final 8. Meanwhile, oh, that was a bad line choice because Brendan Poole just stopped. Everybody is stopping. So that was a bad line choice, but we're already under the top 10. I think we can definitely win this race, and then it looks like we're going to have a cup race at Watkins Glen, which I'm actually looking forward to. Because I know out of crap course penalty.
Yellow flag, easy.
Well, that's the end of the stage, so luckily I didn't reap the full penalty because the caution came out. But not gonna pit. No need to pit yet. Yeah, Logano not going into the playoffs was definitely a surprise when you look at things from the beginning of the season.
Nice smooth here. Going green. There's the green flag.
Oh, I still have the course penalty. Well, now I don't. All right.
Stay right there. Car left.
I definitely think I'm due for a 5-star team. But the fact that I failed the last one with Almirola actually makes me slightly concerned. But I really do hope that I can get a 5-star team. At least for one of these next hot seat offers. But I know I can do well at Watkins Glen, so I'd really like to have a 5-star team so I can go out and maybe win. Yeah, but Logano not making the chase was definitely a surprise. If you look at things from the beginning of the season. All right, Jeremy Clements, welcome to the party. But once you know the cucumbered win and all that happened, I know that's not the real word, but I enjoy calling it cucumbered. But once that happened, and he had a really rough middle stretch of the season, it was definitely not out of the realm of possibility. People forget he actually almost won Richmond because Richmond was kind of a caution fest at the end. People forget he finished second at Richmond. He almost won his way in at Richmond through all the crashes and stuff. So people forget about that. Okay, overdrove this corner big time. Alright. Definitely messed up that corner. The bird is about to eat your radio. Alright, do Trucks and Cup next year, and for Trucks you should choose Todd Gillen, Happy Dog. Well, what the plan is, Daniel, is I'm going to do, assuming I win the championship this year. My whole thing is once I win the championship in the series, I'm going to stop racing in that series. If I win the championship in Xfinity this year, I'll move on to the Cup Series. Run the Cup Series only next year. If I win the championship in the Cup Series, then we're going to run in all 3 series and try to win all 3 championships at once. That is the goal that I have in my head right now. Obviously, things will start getting messed up once I, don't win championships. But that is the plan right now.
You're getting faster out there. Great lap.
Alright. I'll take that. That's the first time we've gotten stage points in a long time. But yeah, definitely gonna pit now. I don't need tires. 1 can of fuel, no tires. Loosen up the car a little bit. I have no need for tires. So we're gonna stay right where we are. Dominoes. You're making me hungry, Daniel. You're making me hungry.
Okay, be smart out there. Going green.
Yeah. Yeah, now, normally I wouldn't say Talladega means nothing, but when you only have like 5 legitimate cars running at the end of the race, then I can kind of say that those kind of finishes mean nothing. But usually, when there's still like 25, 30 cars running at the end of the race and those guys finishing well, I think there is some sort of factor involved there, talent factor. But when there's only like 10 cars total running at the end of the race, then those kind of things don't mean as much. Oh, Brandon Jones. I drove it in way too deep there. That was entirely my fault. But staying out, obviously, we're going to start second.
Stay sharp. Green's coming. Nice and smooth here. Going green. Green, baby. Let's go get it. Our lap.
Yeah, I know what you mean, Daniel, but I'm very, very hungry right now. I planned on going a little longer, but my hunger might end that situation. Might do a BRB or something, get a snack. Alright, we're getting a huge run on Gone here. We've passed Gone. He got a little squirrely going through the S's there. There are 3 laps to go right now. So we just need to run smooth here, not be stupid. Which is definitely possible. We all know that. Yes, I do. I like McDonald's. I do like McDonald's. I probably like it too much for my own good. I probably should not eat McDonald's as much as I do. My main go-to places are Subway, McDonald's, Arby's. Those are my main go-to places. Oh, you have 2 birds.
2 to go.
Sheesh. I think 1 bird would just be enough. Alright, Brennan Gone is sticking right here with us because I'm trying to be nice and careful. But yeah, Subway, McDonald's, Arby's, Jimmy John's too. Jimmy John's is more of a up here thing. I actually worked at Jimmy John's for a short period of time. But that's more of a Michigan thing than anything. There's Jimmy John's everywhere, but it's definitely more populated in Michigan. Man, Brennan Gaughan staying right with us. Well, let's see if we can drive off of the carousel here. I don't know if it's actually called the carousel or not. Did you heard that but one time Subway's bread is made out of yoga mats? No, I have not heard that. Okay, I broke way too much there. That was entirely my fault. Yoga mats? What the? I don't even know how to respond to that, Daniel.
Easy. Hold your line.
And you have 3 birds. Wow.
Car left. Last
Alright,
lap.
well, White Flag is out, sponsored by Credit One Bank. I really do want to win this race, but I just overdrove this corner, so that might have taken me out of contention here. But we're trying to break up the RCR party here. Brandon Jones having a good race. And now William Byron's hot on my heels. But I really do want to win this race, but I think I might have just screwed it up by going into turn 1 way too hard. But I know I can carry a little more speed than I usually do. Wait, I wrecked Brandon Jones earlier in this race. How is he still here? I wrecked him going into the carousel like 3 laps to go. Oh, this is the last lap, Daniel. White flag. But man, I think I screwed up too much there to make up for it. Oh, getting a huge run here. I'm going to try to dive it in a little deep, but it's going to be not enough. Nope. Well, second place. Dang it, we haven't won in a while. Now that I think about it, we have not won in a while. We haven't won this entire stream. Dang it, I dropped more frames too. Wow. Oh, I need to get a different internet company. But yeah, congratulations to Brendan Gaughan. That's probably his first win of the season. How many teams are going to shut down in Cup? I think BK Racing, at least one of their teams is going to shut down, and they're going to go to a 1-car team. I still think the 10-car is going to shut down. Let's see, what else is there? I really don't think there's going to be that many changes outside of that. Well, that was Brendan Gaughan's second win of the season, so good for him. We're going to check out the chase bracket at the end here. We'll put this back up on the screen as a reminder. But, yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. I will take it. We didn't complete the incentive contract because we finished last. Richard Childress Racing. Okay, another 4-star team, which I'm not thrilled about. But I get a top 15. Alright, we'll race that in a second. I want to check out the playoff standings. Because there are a lot of winners, actually. No, not that button. Yeah, there were a lot of winners. There's only 2 spots left for points getters right now. And that includes Justin Allgaier, who is like 3rd in the... No, he's the points leader. And he's... Right now, if there's 2 more new winners, he could be out of this thing. Oh yeah, 77, that's right. They're going to be down as well. But, and Ryan Reed is pretty close to us in points as well. So if we get 2 more winners like Kevin Hart. Oh, sorry, I had my YouTube preview going. Sorry. But top 15 finished and the 27 got for RCR. All right, that's the goal. We're back. Sorry, I had to take a quick snack break because Daniel made me super hungry with the Domino's talk, of course. So I apologize if the audio is a little distorted, or not distorted, a little unbalanced. That's the word I was looking for. Let me actually just quick check and see how it's doing. Alright, I think we're good.
How it's doing.
Let's go ahead and qualify, see what kind of qualifying effort we can put together.
Go.
If we want to get a 5-star team by the end of this season, we definitely need to not pull a Joseph Newgarden. Well, that's going to screw up our
Alright, I think we're good.
qualifying
How it's
effort.
doing.
Let's go ahead and qualify, see what kind of qualifying effort
let's
we can
just
put together. Rectify that situation.
If
If we want to get a 5-star team by the end of this season, we definitely need to not pull a
pass
this Joseph Newgarden
goal
if we want
Well,
to
that's
get
gonna
a
screw
top
up
5
our-
offer.
Alright, I
Which
think
is
we're good.
definitely
How it's
a
doing.
5-star offer.
Let's go
that's
ahead
what
and
I meant to say.
qualify, see what kind of qualifying effort we
let's
can
just
put
I
together.
think we can
Rectify
do
that
well here.
situation.
If
by
we want to
starting
get a
over.
5-star
But,
team by the end of this season, we definitely need
Did I
to.
do
it again? I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I did it again. I'm a bad streamer, I know. Well, that could have gone better. Sorry, my audio's been a little stupid. I go to check for the YouTube version to make sure that everything's okay and everything's working, and I forget to mute that when I turn everything back on. Well, let's see what kind of a lap we can put down. Hopefully it's a good one. Alright, not off to a good start here. Not off to a good start. We know we can do well in these corners, so let's just maximize our effort here. Alright. That's one of the corners that really kind of tells whether we're going to have a good lap or not, and so is this, which I mess up a little bit. But let's see what kind of qualifying effort we can put down. I really have no idea. We qualified 21st in the Xfinity race, and that's with me being a little easy on things. I'm trying to be super aggressive here so we can get a good qualifying effort. But let's see what kind of a lap we put down.
Okay, where'd that put us?
25th. Alright, I can take that. I can take that. I can take that. Alright. But I'll turn it over to PRN.
Welcome to Watkins Glen International for the running of the I Love New York 355 at the Glen. Today, NASCAR visits its second and final road course of the year. In 2015, this 2.45-mile venue underwent a repave, which has made the racing surface much smoother and added a ton of grip. Denny Hamlin snared his first road course win here in 2016, giving the new surface rave reviews. The drivers are ready to put the new surface to the test again. Let's go racing.
Ready,
Alright,
steady.
let's get started.
Move here. Going green. Green flag.
Top 15 is the goal. So we know what we need to do.
Far left.
Don't have to be worried about the rivalry system either. Or we can just drive flat out, get the goal, which we're already in, by the way, but we know we can run better than this. We know we can run top 5 here.
Is out.
Oh, well, that was fast. That's the end of stage 1 already. Not gonna pit. And let's see what we can do for stage 2. Maybe get some stage points out of this
Stay
situation.
sharp. Green's coming. Okay, be smart out there. Going green. Green flag. 10 laps to go.
Alright, outside line's holding itself up again. And we way overdrive the corner. Alright, let's recover.
Car left.
Well, that was a mistake.
Clear left.
That was just me being over aggressive on my part. The outside line was getting held up, so I wanted to be super aggressive, past as many cars as I could, and that happened.
Car left.
Oh no, I just pissed off Junior Nation.
Caution, caution. Watch for debris.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Junior Nation. Well, if we pit now, we're gonna be fine. Nobody else is pitting, so we're gonna do all the stuff, repair and everything. Nobody else is pitting, but we know they can't make it to the end, so we might be in another fuel mileage situation here,
Stay sharp.
which
Green
scares
coming.
me
Nice smooth
a
here.
lot.
Going green.
But
Green flag.
we just need to be smart about this, not incur any damage, so that if a caution does come out, we don't have to pit. Alright, come on. Jeffrey Earnhardt, I'm going to let you go. Because that could have been a 4-wide situation with McDowell. And, oh crap. Alright, recovered. Recovered.
Car left. Clear.
Oh, just shoved, punted Kyle Larson. Shoved, punted.
Clear all
Yeah, that
around.
works.
Clear left.
But we're up to 20th, but again, we need to remember that it's a fuel mileage race. Now, okay, Casey Kane, you don't seem to care. Alright, and then they just stop.
Yellow
Well, that's
flag,
what happens
yellow
when...
flag. Easy.
Well, there's the caution. But we're not going to pit. We're going to stay out. And we're going to take the lead. And let's see what kind of madness will ensue here. Oh, forgot to take this off.
It's
See what kind of
fast,
madness
nice
ensues.
smooth here. Going green. Green flag. Green flag.
Alright, let's just try to be smart about this. We're in the lead of a cup race right now. Oh crap, we're not being smart about this. Well, at this rate, I can't really lose all this track position, so we're going to have to deal with it.
Almost
Which
ready.
might be a
They're
stupid
about to
idea,
go
but
to
there's
green.
only going to be like 2 laps to go. So I think I can manage with the damaged car right now.
Clear. Clear left. Car left.
I think I can manage with the damaged car, but this is going to be the tough part, because there's so much speed to be gained here. Got some game lag going on as well.
Car left.
Yep, this is where we're going to lose a ton of speed, but we just need to be smart about this. Top 15 is the goal, and we absolutely have to achieve the goal. Because at this rate, we can't afford to not have a 5-star offer wherever our next offer is going to be.
Yellow flag. Yellow flag. Easy.
And there's a yellow. So we're going to have to do that all again. Great. At least it wasn't my fault. At
Ready.
least it wasn't my fault.
Steady. Okay, be smart out there. Going green. Green flag. Almost there. 2 left.
Alright, let's just be smart about this. Again, top 15 is the goal.
Stay right there.
We know we're going to lose a ton of speed. Okay, never mind. Alright, Joey Logano, correct yourself. Thank you. I was going to say, we're going to lose a ton of speed here, so we're just going to keep it on the gas. But apparently, Joey Logano was losing speed as well.
You're all clear.
Alright, we're going to get a course penalty for this crap. crap.
Cars on
Push
both
me.
sides.
Cause a caution. Alright. New plan. We're gonna pit repair. And we're going to try to bring it from the back to 15th. I think it's definitely possible, assuming that the outside line gets held up on this first turn. It's definitely possible. And this might end up being a super long race, so there might actually be some fuel strategy involved if this goes super long. So that pit stop might have actually saved us a ton right there. Well, it looks like everybody left after I went BRB. Because it looks like it's just me and myself watching this stream right now. That's what I get for grabbing a quick snack. Alright, Jeffrey Earnhardt really wants this spot. So he decides to almost wreck me here. Alright, be smart, Aaron. Be smart. Okay, we don't really need another caution either. We just need a top 15 finish. Alright, Blaney rights the ship there. Come on, come on. Turn. Alright. Could have been worse, We're coming to the white flag, so if the caution comes out, we need to be in the top 15. So we have 3 cars to pass. Man, I'm gonna be pissed off if we don't get this top 15. Really gonna be pissed off if we don't get this top 15. Dang it, this is the fast section, and now I have Blaney on my inside. Great. Now we got 4 spots to make up.
Still there.
Get past Blaney here. I feel like we can get past Hamlin as well, but he blocks. Thanks a lot. We're going to need some magic in order to pull this one off, which is super frustrating right now.
Still there. Car left.
Oh crap, and that's going to be the end of the race right there, isn't it?
The yellow's out.
Dang it! Dang it! How are we all a lap down? How is the winner of the race a lap down, game? Oh my... Dang it, that's frustrating. Well, we're not going to get a 5-star team now, because there's not enough freaking races left. And I'm probably going to call it there, because that's just super frustrating right now. But let's just check out all the points and stuff, where we got going next. I don't really care right now. We got Mid-Ohio next, so I'm just going to call it there, guys. We're going to check out the standings. No, we don't really need to check that out. We'll check out... Oh, crap. Well, we got some issues, friends. We got Eric Jones, Carl Long, Garrett Smithley, and J.J. Yaley all level 5 pissed off now. So I'll leave you guys on that note. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this stream, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to see more content from ATF Gaming, be sure to hit that red subscribe button on YouTube and that follow button on Twitch. And on YouTube, be sure to hit that little notification bell so you can get a notification every single time I post a video or go live with a live stream. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye.